to safety. One thing about being a silverback, the strength of 8 men thing can come in handy. Ivan starts with the bunny and the dachshund, one in each arm, along with 2 cats perched on his shoulders and head. One more trip, this time with the beagle and Schnickers and the boss and me, and we're on our way. Ruby holds tight to the gray muzzle collar and manages to paddle alongside her, using Ruby as a ballast. It takes us a while to cross the street, up the current swift, and the water's up to Ruby's neck in places. Ivan, I ask as we approach the other side, did they find George and Julia? They're okay. A little banged up, but fine. They made it to safety, to Zookeeper's shed. Tree fell and blocked the door. I choked back a sob of relief. George was out looking for you when Ruby and I left. How'd you find me? Ruby saw which way you were running, says Ivan. And don't forget that gorillas and elephants have a great noses, Bob. Maybe not dog level, but not bad. We followed your stink, Uncle Bob, Ruby exclaims. When we reach the far side, I see where Ivan has deposited his fellow inmates, the parking lot of the donut shop. The lights inside are off, like everywhere else, but I glimpse a few flickering candles and people are milling about. Come on, everybody, Ivan yells. Let's get you inside. I'm hoping these folks won't mind a bit of company. As we gather around the entrance, Bosses pauses. I'm gonna head out, she says, avoiding my gaze. What? I demand. I just found you. You can't leave now. She hesitates. The puppy? Thought maybe I'd check. I mean, I know she's probably gone, but... She looks at the muddy pavement. It's crazy, I know. Yes, I say firmly. It is crazy. Besides, you're too weak, and your paw is injured. My voice grows urgent. Think about it, boss. What are the odds? He stayed in that car and waited for you. Who knows where he is by now? Yeah. She looks defeated. I suppose you're right. What's wrong, Bob? Ivan asks. My sister. Whoa, wait! This is your sister, Uncle Bob? Ruby interrupts, turning to Boss. That means you're my aunt. Boss has a puppy? I exclaim. Struck in a car near the bridge. I point with my nose. Ivan doesn't know this way around town like I do. That way, not far. She wants me to try to find him, but, well, you know, he's probably long gone by now. I know my words are harsh, but I'm trying to protect Boss. No way that puppy is still alive. Ivan strokes his chin. Why don't we get everyone settled inside, he suggests. Then we can figure this out. Never mind, Boss says. Bob's right. It's nuts. Way too dangerous. And probably too late anyways. She takes a deep breath. He's not exactly the first pup I've lost. You'd think I'd be used to this by now, wouldn't you? I don't know what to say. I want to make her pain go away. But what can I do? I'm no bigger than Boss is, and certainly no smarter. And I've got my own problems. My busted nose, my aching foot, my angry stomach. Look out for numero uno. That's my motto, for a reason. It's kept me alive this long. Then, to my surprise, some fool blurts out, I'll go find him. And apparently, it's me. Yay! We'll go, Ivan says. Yay, more swimming, Ruby cries. It's not safe, Ruby, I say. You have to stay here. You promised Akilo I'd watch out for you. I made it this far, she says, donning her elephant pout face. Ivan and I sigh. It's exhausting with all this responsibility and this worry, this love. Promise to stay close? I ask. She holds up her trunk. Elephants, honor! 'Cause Akilo will make dog soup out of me if anything happens to you. Yuck, Ruby giggles. Hey, do you know what? I can almost do a somersault in the water, Uncle Bob. Ivan taps politely on the door of the donut shop. But even the polite knock from a gorilla sounds like a visit from a wrecking ball. The door opens a crack. I think 2 or 3 people might have fainted, but we can't stay to find out. I hop on Ivan's shoulder, and the 3 of us head off. I glance behind me to see Boss standing on the pavement watching us. In the darkness, in the rain, I can't read her eyes, but I like to think there's hope in them. Traffic stop. We slogged the slight hill up around the corner, and the traffic lights are out, and nobody seems to be here on the streets. That is until we cut through the stand of palm trees and came across police officers in a slowly moving squad car, its blue and red lights circling. "Attention!" one of the officers announces over the loudspeaker. "This area is under mandatory evacuation. Do not..." The announcement stops, and so does the car. "Uh-oh," says Ruby. "I think they spotted us," I say. "We're kind of hard to miss," Ivan points out. The car moves closer, so close that I can see dropped jaws and bulging eyes. The car brakes to stop. The driver's side door flies open, and the officer jumps out. But the officer, a skinny young guy, follows suit, but he looks annoyed. "What are you doing?" he says. "Don't be a hero. We could have stayed in the car where it's safe." "I'm looking," says the driver into a radio receiver, "at a gorilla and an elephant, and a gorilla has a tiny dog on his shoulder. And no, I have not been drinking." They said the park got hit by the tornado, says the skinny officer, carefully aiming his pistol. "We can't exactly shoot a gorilla," the driver says. And I like the way she's thinking. "Try me." "What's his crime exactly? Jaywalking?" Ugh. "Thing is, I love elephants," says the driver. "My daughter collects stuffed elephants. I mean, stuffed toys, not stuffed real ones." She listens to the radio for a moment. "Get animal control out here," says the skinny officer. "Get a van. Get a moving truck. Get a 747. I don't care." "Ivan," I whisper in his ear, "this is not looking good. You and Ruby gotta stay put. Don't make any sudden moves. No funny business, okay? These guys are freaking out." Ivan sits down on the ground slowly, very slowly. Ruby settles next to him. The driver smiles. "Oh, that's so cute." Skinny officer nods. "Yeah, in a deadly kind of way." "I gotta do this," I say to my friends. "If you stay calm, they won't mess with you." "But Bob," worry clouds Ivan's face, "you need us." "What I need is for you to stay alive," I reply. I can see he isn't going to listen to reason, so I try a different approach. "Ivan," I say, "it's like this. Boss is my sister, and I let her down once. And now, well, I've got a second chance. I'll explain later, but I need to do this." Ivan looks at the officers with guns drawn and nodded. "You are the only one and only Bob," he says. "You got this, pal." I leap into the air, in the vast unknown, and just like Kimu did, well, maybe not quite as elegantly, but I do my best.